what if nobody shows up to the party? Hello, welcome to the Nick's Boots from Start to Finish podcast. I am your host, Schuyler Mao. I'm joined here by Lucas Grassberger, brand marketing manager.
Product marketing
manager. My bad.
Same thing.
I've got Andrew Garcia here behind the glass, doing a great job as always. We'll see. Well, normally I get Kelsey, and we're kind of breaking in Andrew here. So, do you want to say hello?
Hello.
All right. Yeah.
I'm worried. He didn't start us with a question.
That's true. I know. It usually I'd say it took Kelsey about a year or two before she became comfortable. So Andrew's got some time. So this is a company update episode. Just going to talk about what's happening here, and where we're at, what we're working on, new stuff. Always lots happening here. I don't know. We went on a little trip last weekend.
I guess you could call it a little trip. I mean, you guys went other side of the world.
Yeah, we were in Korea doing kind of a pop-up shop sort of thing in Seoul. Was very happy with how that went. It kind of came together over a good bit of time, but we had a local, Paul Soul is his online persona. He reached out to us. He's got a channel over there, and Korea's just kind of starting to get into boots. So it's kind of interesting. I think Red Wing opened a store there within the last year. And so there are a small but growing number of boot enthusiasts that we went to go meet. And I always get super anxious about this stuff. What if nobody shows up to the party?
Could you imagine you fly all the way to South Korea and like one guy shows up?
Yeah, I mean, I get like that for like Christmas parties and birthday parties.
Yeah.
So, it's a common theme. But we did like a kind of a poll and a registration process. We got a good response, and I'd say like, I don't know, half of those people showed up. So it was definitely. So it was like over 100 people that came by and, about boots and got to learn about them and get size. And, our product has so many options. So there's lots of questions. So that was cool to be able to do that. And the team over there that kind of helped set us up did a really fantastic job. We also got some cool photos. And anyway, I'm optimistic. Hopefully that's something that we can use to kind of continue to grow the brand and the presence, and it was very gratifying, kind of humbling to see people interested in Nick's that far away.
It's really cool. Yeah, I think you mentioned it's like similar to what we saw in like Japan a number of years ago, where it's like there's this growing interest in like American heritage kind of footwear and casual wear.
Yeah, Japan was interesting. So Japan, as some of you may know, is whites and Westco are pretty relatively prominent in Japan for at least for our niche, and there was kind of a run of Americana / popularity in the early 2010s, I would say, late 2000s.
Right, yeah.
I mean, so much so the whites was purchased by a Japanese company, which is testament to how prominent and how excited that market was about the product. We dabbled in it, and I'd say we had some success. We were not as good at heritage boots back then as we are now, and it caused a lot of friction, I'd say, with the production team and everything. Back then we were making like 100% logger boots, firefighting boots basically, and so coming out with some of these other models to appeal to that market was a very challenging experience. And so, that kind of fell by the wayside as we, retrenched and focused on kind of some other things. And I think now we're in a much better position to kind of meet those expectations over there. So, we're continuing to explore that, and hopefully Korea will be a good market for us.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's exciting. It's funny the Japanese market, when we dabbled in it before, it's like they still pop up every once in a while on eBay, and like Nick's boot, that like patterns I've never seen before, that I never knew we even did. In leathers I never knew we offer. That was like these small one-off orders just for this Japanese wholesaler.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was, it's funny, like, 'cause some of them are not that different than what we do now in some ways. It was a lot of like low cut, like 3 or 4 inch boots, a lot of wedge soles.
I think we did some exotics too. I think there's some like alligator that we did, and things like that.
Yeah. We tried all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And so, so that was a bit of an adventure, but I think this time we can be a little more focused with the product assortment, and I don't know. We'll see. Like it's, we'll see. But it was cool to see the interest, and we did sell a few boots, and I think it was kind of a good test, and we'll see what
it's awesome
what the future holds. Yeah. So Korea went pretty well. We've got a pretty big event coming up here next week.
Yeah, another trip coming up next weekend.
Yeah, so we'll be in New York City, Brooklyn, for the boot camp event through Stitch Down. It's our second year doing it. We are a kind of a title sponsor of that, along with Grant Stone. Last year was pretty crazy. It was, I do think we were maybe a little newer to some of those people than we will be this year. But I remember you, Nick, and Luke. We're just fitting all day. Just fitting all day.
It was definitely more than I expected. So I think immediately after last year, I think even maybe on the flight home, we were like, we got to do this bigger and better this next year. And I think we brought maybe 15, 20 pairs of boots last year. Most of them were like store stock. I think there's like half of them were LL64s off the production line for like stock stuff. I think we've got like 50 pairs this year.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll be bringing way more sizing to get you dialed in if you're going to be there. Definitely encourage you to attend. It is free this year, which is nice.
That's cool.
So it's Saturday and Sunday. Last year was Friday and Saturday. Same place. I think the configuration is going to be different and bigger because I think with the free attendance. I talked to Ben yesterday, and Ben at Stitch Down, and he said that they're definitely expecting more people this year. Hopefully that comes true. But we'll be showing, we've got a new Brandle model, the 1964 version. So that is essentially the Brandle last with a Nick's pattern, similar to like a Falcon, but with the Brandle components and like the Brandle leathers. And so kind of like a very upgraded and more refined version of, your standard Nick's service boot. And I think it looks awesome. It looks really awesome, and very excited to see people's reaction to that. So we'll be kind of opening that up there. We'll also be, selling these boots. We're going to have the Heat Straps guys there. So they are going to be bringing a new a new tan leather jacket that we'll be selling. It's a rough out. It looks awesome, and very excited to be kind of unveiling that there.
Yeah. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, we'll have a number of the other leather jackets we've done with heat straps, shirts, a small sample sale also of, we run a lot of different test leathers through, deciding whether we want to offer it. And some of them don't make the cut, but we've got boots.
Yes, that's super cool. So we'll have some weird leathers that, we never actually sold. We just made and kind of evaluated. They're not weird. They're just different. They're just different from what we normally assorted.
So it'll be a good chance to get kind of, if they fit you, a one-of-a-kind pair of boots that probably no one else will be able to get.
If you're a 9D, come on down. We do have some other sizes.
We varied quite a bit. All the way down to 6 up to 12 for various people in the office to try them on, test them. So there'll be some options. I'm really excited. We'll have one thing I forgot to mention. Luke is working on a new bag design that he'll be unveiling at boot camp. Also,
right on the upgraded travel bag.
yeah,
thing?
yeah, it looks great.
Yep.
He gave me a prototype with a ripped pocket that I will be using.
That
sounds
trip. Like us.
Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, he gave me the first original prototype too. That was just like, it's fine. I'll make it work. But the final version it looks great.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So just anyway, it's a more refined version of the travel bag. So that will be cool. Yeah. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a lot of cool things for people. We'll have a lot of small leather goods as well.
Plenty of belts,
etc. Showcasing kind of the Delta arches as well. Are we bringing some of those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Luke made sure to make a bunch of those.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, something for everybody. We'll hope to see you there, and we'll have lots of cool stuff for you to look at.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Sounds like there's going to be maybe a little broader range of people there. So that's exciting. I know the tanneries will be there, Seidel and Horween, Tannery Row. Galoon will be there as well. So awesome. if you're into that side of things, you can learn a little bit about the leathers.
Do you know, is it going to be a bigger space this year? I know we were on the one floor last year. Is it a couple floors or is it just the one space?
I do think it is multiple stories. I'm not actually totally sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But no, there's going to be I've been asked to give to be on a panel where we talk about oh man, we talk about the juxtaposition of kind of heritage brands and traditional luxury brands, and is there a shift happening, where people are not, maybe as interested in, the designer brand labels and maybe looking for, I don't know, remember that quiet luxury trend, or trying to find things that will last a long time,
Sure.
that are made really well, but maybe not with the same exact cachet of having a big G on your purse as you walk around. But yeah, anyway, so that'll be interesting. That'll be with Brett Viberg and Adele from Trickers.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Okay, yeah, so excited about boot camp. New leathers, Pacific Waxed Flesh.
Yeah.
You guys should buy some.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's great leather.
If you like an interesting leather that's not too out there, it's a great fit. It's a much more, in my opinion, it's a more interesting navy. It's got some kind of subtle greenness to it. It really looks like the ocean.
Yeah. I would say I think navy is almost, and this might be controversial, but maybe overused for footwear. Whereas this is I wouldn't call it. It's a lighter blue. It's subtle, but it stands out at the same time. I might be talking nonsense right now.
Well, it's got a little aquamarine.
Yeah,
to it.
Yeah. It's really interesting. I don't think I've seen a leather like that before.
No. So if you're into something that's a little more striking, but I think still fairly subtle and still wearable with a lot of different outfits or pants combos, I think it's a great option.
Yeah. Especially the waxed flesh. I can't wait to see what a pair of those looks like after some wear and the hairs start to stand up. And,
absolutely. Yeah. It's going to age really, really interestingly for sure. Had George from USM in Tuesday, so looking at some new machines, always kind of trying to work on efficiency and frankly quality. So just looking at some things to improve our healing process and our sanding and trimming process. Sanding is it's a pain. It's a tough job.
Absolutely.
And so so sanding is essentially where you shape the heel and sand down the midsole and the sole. And some of it is unavoidable, but we think that it's a problem in the industry. It's not really it's not something specific to us. So there are some fairly large players that are kind of we've all kind of banded together to work on an attachment to a trimming machine that would let you have because the problem with making sanding more efficient is the angle that we use, on a dogger or on a logger heel. And so it's kind of coming up with a more specialized grinding / cutting capability that has the shape that will let the person impart that curve. And so yeah, really hopeful that we can make some progress on that. They're kind of testing that out right now over in overseas in Italy. And gosh, that would be just a fantastic addition.
Yeah,
if
I
we had
mean,
something
that would
like
be huge. I mean, yeah, block heels, there's trimmers simple enough to grind that straight edge, which I think is why those probably so common
Yep.
with most boot makers. But yeah, that curved logger shape or that dogger shape, I mean, our sanders have to sit there and just sand away for 15, 20 minutes to get that shape.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a tough job.
Yeah, there's a good amount of skill in it, as well as attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so just trying to make their lives easier, because you'll still have to do it, but if you only had to do it for 10% of the time,
right,
that would be money.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. This will be huge.
The renovation is proceeding. We are about a third of the way done. Making good progress. The bathrooms are up and running.
Yeah,
new bathrooms. So
awesome.
we've got more space. So the porta potties are on their way out of here. The new break room is ready. So now, frankly, we're beginning kind of the harder part. So it's new electrical, but also like demoing a large part of the space to kind of open it up. But it's definitely causing some jams in terms of storage
space.
And so we're kind of working through that. But yeah, I mean, so in some ways, that's if maybe we're a little slow on some of the customer service stuff, that's part of the reason why we're moving things around and reorganizing and that sort of thing. And so we're getting kind of taken away from that. So apologies for that, but hopefully we'll have that kind of finalized this week and kind of back to business as usual. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's exciting to see. I think it's going to be really great. I've already got some machines like a new sole press, et cetera, that I think will continue to kind of improve the capability and the quality. But we just can't use them right now because we don't have enough electrical capacity. So this will address that, and I think that will put us in a good position going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the new break room looks great. I'm really excited to see once some of those walls come down. I mean, it's going to just open that whole space up tremendously. It's going to be great for, I feel like, just the overall workflow of everything. But it's, I think it'll be interesting the next week or two.
Yeah.
Space-wise, I know at least for boxes, I've had to schedule it so we're getting one pallet every week rather than getting a bunch at a time just for the sake of space constraints. But we'll power through and come out on the other side for the better.
Yeah, no, it's you guys have managed really well. So Tanker Pro 2.0 came out. So that is an updated pattern on the tanker. We are waiting on the, obviously we made the boot for Carl that he could show on his channel, Carl Morawski. We're waiting for the second photo boot, if you will, in kind of the non-proprietary leather to basically officially launch that, so that we have the product photography on the product page and everything like that. So that should be done here fairly shortly. So those are some of the things going on. Lucas, anything I'm missing? Any questions or comments?
I guess one small thing, I don't know necessarily if we want to talk about Ember Wax Flesh. We were going to release that.
Yep.
We got a pallet in and the color wasn't quite the original color.
Yeah.
So we'll be sending that back to get that corrected. I think the original Ember is amazing. Yes. I think it stands out just like the Pacific does. I think those will look great once we get the correct color in. We can put those side by side.
Yeah, that was a huge bummer. So we were really hoping to get that going. So we're working with Horween on getting that corrected. So that happens sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's a big thing we're working on right now. Is just general leather QC inspections, making sure the colors match. We're taking samples of everything now so that we can compare the last order to this order.
Yeah, I know it sounds probably rudimentary, but just inspections on loads coming in, making sure that the leather's up to our standards, and it's quite time consuming. So in the past we've kind of spot checked, but this time we're being much more comprehensive about it. And same with any third party or apparel products we're getting in, we're definitely we're definitely looking through those now to make sure those are up to standards as well. So anyway, we've like there've been some growing pains over the last year, but hopefully you guys can see that in the products that are getting delivered that we do take this very seriously, and we are putting time and resources into making sure we get it right for you guys. And to anyone who's not had a great experience, I am sorry. It's not a ton, but we're trying to make it zero, and so that's kind of the name of the game, I guess. So yeah, good point. So we're working on beefing up a lot of the quality checks and just making sure that the product that we're sending out to people is a next level at the next level.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, Andrew, hey, great job. Great chat. Thank you so much for being here. And is there anything you wanted to ask or find out?
You just got your boots, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. But they're getting photos right now.
What are they?
The Waxy Commander.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that one's... It's the first one we did. I don't know.
Snuff?
We had to change the name. Yes, it was originally called Snuff.
Bark or something?
Aged Bark.
Aged Bark.
Waxy Commander Aged Bark, because you can't advertise something called Snuff on social media.
That's fair.
So just like we have issues with tobacco and all the whiskeys and cognacs and stuff like that, it's an interesting part of navigating social media marketing.
Yeah. Well, do you like them?
Yeah. It was just, I just wanted like a little casual boot that's every day, and the leather's really light, and I just threw a wedge sole on it, so it was pretty good.
Yeah. He did a 360 wedge sole, 6-inch, 5-inch?
5-inch.
It'll be a nice like tennis shoe boot mix.
Oh. Yeah, I got some new boots.
Yeah.
Basically.
Classic.
The Howards.
Oh, that's what those are. Okay, yes. I
Yeah.
remember when you got those.
Yeah.
didn't-
I've had them for a while. I just haven't worn them. I really like these.
Yeah.
And actually I've probably gotten the most comments on them.
How do you like the Honey Vibram?
Good. It's great.
It's nice.
It does feel a little softer, so it's nice. I like the padded collar. I like the height. I've got it, some 8 inches as well, and those are cool too. But these are like good shoulder season boots, I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you want to get a lot of comments from people just walking down the street,
Just buy some Nicks.
especially like hot girls and that sort of thing, or beautiful men,
Life hack.
get some Howards.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you soon, and hope to see you at boot camp or the store or online. Like, subscribe, visit us on Reddit, visit us anywhere. You know where we're at. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.